Hi everyone, it's Burak from Trading Channels, and I'm back with the weekend video to analyze some of the stock indices, Forex pairs, commodities, and the cryptocurrencies. By the way, I make this video every evening after the close of the day for the members. So it is one of the things that I do for the service, and you can basically do a free trial at tradingchannels.uk. So let's have a look at what we have this week. ES, which is S&P 500 E-mini contract. This is what I follow usually, mostly to gauge mainly to spot the trends, because this is one of the most liquid markets. But I also follow 3 other US indices, which I will talk about later. The really important support line is this golden one, obviously, with 3 touches already. And bulls have to do everything they can, and which they are, to hold this and not really touch this once again. Because to my experience, 4 touches are the ones that are most probably breaking these sorts of trend lines. But it hasn't, but they have defended it very, very successfully. And how they did it was quite impressive. And this is here, the green broken resistance. You can see it had backtested quite a few times. And this last backtest happened last week. So if we zoom in, this is exactly how the trend is still going. And later on, it also cleared this blue resistance rail, and it reached a new high. So that is very impressive by the bulls, obviously. And what we have here is another resistance, perhaps. And once it is also broken, so I'm going to plot this one. It's holding so far. Look at this. This is very, very accurate resistance. And, at the high of Friday, you can see here, it is so far holding. And that's 3 touches, 1, 2, 3, even maybe you can say 4 touches. So perhaps some pullback and then later on breaking it to the upside wouldn't surprise me. What we have by Dow is even more impressive, and the reason is the green's bottom support is not really confirmed, but this broken green resistance, broken, backtest, and it keeps on going. It's not extremely accurate as a broken resistance or holding support, but it still did the job. In the grand scheme of things, these sorts of small overshoots actually shouldn't really matter. It just makes you wonder, is it the accurate one? Is it the one that we should be really holding? So for me, I wouldn't trade supports like this because there's too much overshoots, but I use them as basically as a potential, like something to keep in mind. But because I'm also looking at all the other indices, and when I see something like the golden support holding, you can see here, and then the golden top band breaking, you can see here, this is 3 touches, 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one broke it to the upside. By intermarket analysis and by looking at nasdaq, Russell, ES, and even DAX and Footsie, we can really see, not anticipate, see these supports and resistance lines, how they react, how the market react to these lines, and then conclude that the trend is still very much up. I'm not making these lines. The fact that I'm only highlighting them, the market sees these lines. If you look at this green one, the golden one that I showed you, and even a nasdaq here, for example. This red one is not a channel. Obviously, this is basically the horizontal support line. It was a resistance that was, you can see it was broken, and then it dived to back tested, and then after that this green channel was broken and back tested. And I want to say here, this was a very clean breakout. You can see here this was the high, and then the bottom band, and then the top band with 3 touches. Then the 4th touch broke it, back tested it, which is why we bought it at just over 13,500 because of the break and back test. And then later on it just pushed on higher, and we can also see this resistance. You can see this red resistance was broken and then back tested. I closed the position at the highs here because this whole thing was caused by some jobs report, but I'm planning to buy it again. So we took some 200 plus points there, but we'll see if the purple top band holds, and if it does hold, maybe we see another comeback. But if it gets ignored, I mean, if it holds, then I will say this here becomes a bull flag, and then later on bull flags break would of course be another buying chance. So let's see what happens. But as I said, this green bull flag has been the trigger, and it's not really some sort of made up lines. The market plots these lines, and I'm only highlighting it. The market respects these lines. Here, Russell, there was one line that was varying quite a lot. 1, 2, 3. This is from March lows, right? This is last year's lows. 1, 2, 3. And let's zoom in and see 4, 5, and then it was broken to the downside. Yeah, that was quite worrying for me. But now with last week's or this week's push, it's been reclaimed. So I'm going to delete this black broken resistance and support line because it is kind of obsolete right now. It really didn't matter much. That's what I do. So you have to delete some lines that are completely breached, that have done their jobs, and then keep on pushing. Why Russell or RTY rallied, and that the reason is this here. This was the resistance rail, okay, that was broken, back tested. This was a little bit of a news action, actually. Otherwise it was a very clean break, and then it came for a back test. So that is also extremely positive for the bullish case. And then we also saw the break of the blue channel. So the blue channel was quickly done. Let me show you also the resistance that was broken before. So that this resistance, let me put it in red, and then you can see why I call it a resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then broken, back tested, and another back test. So 2 back tests, and then finally it held it slightly, like very, very short time here, and then pulled back, and then later on broke out. So Russell is looking extremely positive as well, and I expect it to get to a new high at 2,400, and then we'll see what happens. And obviously the trend here is the red one. Okay, to me the trend is this, actually is the red one, but we have the double support here and the double resistance there. So as long as this red thing, the red potential trend is intact, there is every reason to be bullish. Okay, so and Footsie is very strong, which is very unusual. Footsie has always been quite weak, and I'll show you right here. I've shown this purple resistance break a few weeks ago, and that was broken, back tested, and then look at this push pretty hard, and then the blue resistance was broken only this week, and then it's been pushing within the green channel and the red internal channel within the green one. So this is highly bullish, and you can see here this would be a double resistance, and probably Footsie will start another pullback. That is around 7,170. Doesn't mean you should short it. I really don't trade like that. During an uptrend, buying, seeing the supports, okay, and buying into the supports or buying into the pullbacks are always much more lucrative and much less stressful. I can't stress that enough. And here DAX, very impressive, because this resistance from year 2000, look here, that was a rail resistance, okay, 3-4 touches, and then finally broken, and last week's low was the back test and huge bounce off that, and that I showed also at last week's video. This green resistance is holding so far, but we will have to, you know, wait and see what happens with that. And of course there was another, let me show you here, a small bull flag that was broken to the upside. Everything was pointing and still points to the upside. Here let's talk about oil, and short term I'll show you, and the Brent oil I'll show the longer term version. So the red bull flags break was extremely bullish, and then later on it cleared the blue resistance as well. That explains the push, and then later came to backtest the breakout level, not the support itself. But of course this blue support rail also was holding, and it's still pushing higher, no surprise. Short term, I think the blue support has been broken. You can see here, let me right here, the blue support, it was broken, okay, but the red wedge is also broken, so it's trying to get back above the blue broken support, off the green support as well. Those are the lines that really matter. And now here the golden top band is the ultimate target, and then we'll see what happens from there. But I think if it gets there, there is a very good chance it will keep on going, and the reason is this. Here, Brent oil, let me show you the weekly. This is the mother of all bull flags, and you can see here this is the high of 2008-7, and then we have the COVID low, 2 touches, and then we have the top band with already 3 touches. And the day it breaks out, which would be around $70, it's going to push higher. I mean, it's going to push really hard, and it's going to basically, in the coming years, I can't say months, obviously it can go sideways for a very long time, but I believe if this is a bull flag and if it breaks out, we're going to get the $150 again. Yes, unthinkable, but that's how it is, how I see it. And natgas here, the golden downtrend is the one that saves everything, and this downtrend is still on, and the blue support has been broken. I thought it was going to backtest it by now and also fill the gap at 3,008, 3,008.5. It can still do that, but meanwhile the red small channel is broken, and it's now being backtested. The real support is the purple one, which has already quite a few touches, and the black broken resistance will probably hold as support. So the upside may not be finished yet, even though the red trend is broken. The real sell-off, strong sell-off, will happen when and if this green support breaks. So all in all, obviously this may turn into a triangle and then break it to the upside as well. So as long as the golden resistance is holding, I'm bearish. But this whole consolidation, if you look at it from this point of view, this is the trend and this here is a consolidation. That also, we have to keep in mind that this may turn into a proper triangle and then really break to the upside. I can't rule that out. Gold is in everybody's radar, in everyone's radar, and this is what happened last week. So, or the last few weeks. The golden, so the red channel's top band, and I think this is a very dangerous place. And this is gold's futures chart, futures continuous chart. The spot may be slightly different because things were really different during COVID, the prices between futures and spot, so the charts can be slightly different. What I have here is the red top band's touch, which is holding so far, and also it may tell us that we may have one more big dive. So we have to keep this in mind. And to be honest, I'm going to close the remaining half of the position. We are long from the break of the blue top band, which was around 1760. Later on, you can see it came back and back tested it and then pushed higher. So the initial bullish breakout was this golden channels break, you can see here. And then the blue rectangle was broken to the upside. And now the purple trend is holding. Purple trend's top band wasn't really tested, but it came very close. And now the red top band is holding. There may be, like if it sells off, we will probably backtest the broken black resistance. And that will hold as support. And then from there on, hopefully it will push and break out of the red channel. So that is one gold chart. And silver is looking extremely good. But it has to break this mega bull flag this year. This is the August high. Okay, this is the August high. And then there was a very nice bull flag right here, and then it was broken. I'm terrible. I am drawing these lines really bad, but this was the bull flag that was broken and back tested. Later on, the red bull flag formed, right, after the break of the blue resistance and its back test. And then the red bull flag's breakout was clearly very bullish. And then look at this back test, 3 back tests, while it was still moving within the golden channel. So what it has to do, if it wants to keep on going higher and test the purple top band, it has to smash this golden top band, okay, as soon as possible. Otherwise, there is a danger to break and come down again and even test the purple bottom band. That we can't rule out until the purple top band is broken to the upside. And that would be around 31 plus. So everything is hanging in the balance right now. I think bulls have the upper hand, short term, medium term, and long term, and definitely long term. But there is still a possibility of testing the $22 to $50. And let's have a look at Forex. It's extremely happy days for me because the backtest of the red mega bull flag held. Okay, this here from 2008. And by the way, let me show you here. The bull flag was formed here, not here. And actually, in my free blogs at tradingchannelblogspot.com, I was calling this as a mega short. And the reason was because of the perfect test on the red bottom band. And there was also a wedge here. Okay. And this was, it basically delivered a massive waterfall decline. Now it's broken and back tested, and that, you know, now everybody's plotting this, but it has been there since 2013, 14. Now it's broken and back tested, which is why, of course, the back test came a little bit too much into the channel. So, but we can plot the channel a little bit like this. So it is a long-term channel, which is very difficult to pinpoint up to the last pip. But to me, for my money, which is why we bought 118, is that it held at the back test. Okay, and let's have a look at the 4-hourly chart now. Later on, the back test held, and more importantly, I'm not always acting on single lines, as you may have already noticed. I'm trying to find double supports, double resistances, double breaks, triple breaks. Those kinds of setups are the most probable setups. And here, after the backtest of, let me show you. Oh, 1 second. I'm going to get that red channel back here. Red support right here. Okay, here. After the backtest of that red, okay, it also formed the black wedge, right? That black wedge has been phenomenally accurate, and we bought the breakout. It's as simple as that. Later on, just this week, before this week, it basically cleared the green horizontal resistance, and it came for a backtest, and then later on it came for another backtest, formed another small wedge, which is the red one, and then now it's at a new high at 121.60. So this has been very impressive, and I think it's going to get to 125, 130. So I'm holding, and this here is one of the best bullish setups. The pound sterling has just cleared this week this golden resistance. Okay, this here has been phenomenally accurate again. So I'm not plotting these lines, I'm only highlighting them. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, and the 5th one smashed through, and now the red resistance is holding, and that red resistance is going to be broken. I'm pretty sure about that. I mean, okay, not sure, but highly probable. I know I can't say it's sure, but you can say this, the bottom band, and it's actually parallel to this green one. And I'll show you what this green one is about now. I'm giving away too much right now. Here, this is the mother of all rectangles. I mean, it's slightly downsloping, but you can see here, this is the 2016 low. This is COVID low, that crash. And this here is the top 2 touches and the 3rd touch. The 4th will break it. And that is, as you can see, the red one is parallel to that green. Once it's broken at 120, 150, 155, that's going to be reached fairly quickly. So get ready to buy pound sterling. And here, Aussie dollar is also very, very strong. The golden support has been holding 1, 2. This is a diagonal support and resistance line. It held, and the green bull flag is now broken. Yeah, very, very bullish. Look at this breakout. The green bull flag has 3 touches at its bottom band and 2 touches, and now the 3rd one broke out. So again, I'm highlighting Aussie dollar has already recognized this as a channel. US dollar, Japanese yen, again, I'm short on this, and the reason is this break of the blue bear flag. The real break, I mean, we shorted at, what was that, 109.11, I think, 109.12 or something. And now the green support, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if and when it breaks, and I reckon it's going to be broken very soon, it's going to come down all the way to 106.50, maybe even break it to the downside as well. So, but because the real driving force of that is this red channel, red bottom band, 2 touches. This reversal confirmed it as a channel. It wasn't a channel before, but I had this already before this reversal. This is, by the way, I have a proprietary method. I don't think many people do what I do, and this is also because of the strength of this, and with other lines like this resistance line, etc. It's kind of like even before the lines are plotted, we can spot these lines and spot these resistance and support lines. Okay, and that's where the strength lies. I'm going to show, so I also do individual stocks, but I'm going to finally show the Ethereum cryptocurrency. And here the golden top band, you can see here, this is a weekly chart, obviously. Okay, a rectangle which was broken to the upside. It was back tested a few times, and then let me show you on the daily chart. That would be better and better seen. Look at this, the accuracy of this golden channel. Again, I had this top band before it was tested. Okay, and then once it reversed, it was confirmed, and then later on it was broken, back tested, and then it cleared the green rising resistance, which was also extremely bullish. And I think I posted this over the week quite a few times. This is a rising resistance break, and much more impressive is this red top band that is being broken. I mean, this is as bullish as it gets. This is becoming vertical. And here Bitcoin, I'm going to show you the weekly first, and then we'll see the short term. This is the COVID law. This is a triple or double support at the golden and green. So you can see the green top band, the green bottom band, and that bounce. Again, this was recognized by the market. I'm not plotting this just like that. With this bounce, it was confirmed. And then later on, the black resistance was broken and back tested. And moreover, later on, the blue top band was broken to the upside. And now the golden top band, which explains why Bitcoin is not rallying yet. I mean, not as much as Ethereum, because of this golden top band. Not so accurate, but it's still doing its job. And the the red uptrend is perfectly accurate, very precise. And the day it breaks the black top band, it will keep on pushing towards $100,000. And ultimate target is obviously the green top band if it gets tested, which is $240,000. Depends on when it gets there and how far, where it gets tested. All right, it's almost half an hour and probably one of my longest videos. I hope it helps. Everyone benefits from this, and we'll keep in touch. I'm at Trading Channels. Have a good rest of the weekend, guys. Bye.